every day on this program we talk about caring for your animals, and we have a veterinarian who comes in, Dr. Larry Cohen, and you know what? He was upstairs. We have lunch brought in every day, and someone told me that he was being a pig upstairs today. Is that true, Larry?
Well, we are talking about pot-bellies today, Steve, but it's not my pot-belly we're talking about.
Oh, they said you're bringing in a pig.
No, we're going to be talking about pot-bellied pigs today, and they have become popular as pets. And today we're going to tell you some of the pros and cons, some of the do's and don'ts, and kind of fill you in. I'm here with my buddy Jacob, and he just can't wait to meet you.
I can't wait to meet him, too, and we're going to feed him and find out some common pitfalls for pig owners and some very good information there. And I'm just kidding, Dr. Larry. You're fit as a fiddle.
A fat fiddle.
No, you're not. You look fine. Darn it. Miss Jane is standing. Coming up later on the program, Dr. Larry is going to tell us about the problems with pigs. That's coming up. But next, we'll see if Jane gets... If you ever want to own a pig, stay tuned, because Dr. Larry is going to tell us the do's and don'ts when it comes to a big porker like this one. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Pet Department. You know, in recent years, pot-bellied pigs, Vietnamese pot-bellied pigs, have become very, very popular pets, but they have different medical problems and different needs when it comes to veterinary care than dogs and cats do. And that's why Dr. Larry Cohen, our Pet Department vet, is here from North Shore Animal League to tell us all about what we need to know. Hey, Doc, how you doing?
How are you? Good, good.
Good. Okay, first of all, I suppose going to a good breeder is important when it comes to finding a pig.
It is. It's real important that you get the pig from an appropriate breeder who's dealing with just the pot-bellied pigs.
Okay.
These are not like agricultural pigs.
The ones that get really huge.
Right.
These are the small ones.
And just like when you go to any breeder, you'd like to see the parents, so you kind of get a sense of how big they're going to be.
And make sure they're healthy animals,
That's right.
blah, blah, blah.
Make sure the environment they grew up was good.
Okay, now we've been shoveling food into this pig's mouth, which is okay because it's carrots and such.
It's Jacob. It's not this pig.
Yeah,
it's
I'm sorry,
Jacob.
Jacob.
Very sensitive.
I didn't mean to slight you there.
No,
Give you a little
big.
on-air credit. But people overfeed their pigs a lot, don't they?
They sure do, and it's not only what they're feeding, it's not how much they're feeding, but what they're feeding.
Okay.
It's very important to not overfeed these guys. They are not being raised like the pigs on a farm.
Right.
These are now domestic pets. You want to make sure they stay trim. They should really be under 100 pounds, 70 to 100 pounds
This
on
guy's
average.
about 75.
He's about 75. They can get much larger, but that generally comes from overfeeding.
But Doc, I got to tell you, they love to eat.
They do.
And they're so fun to feed.
Pig chow is what you want to feed them as the regular part of their diet. He gets a cup of that in the morning and a cup at night, and that's really all he needs for nutrition.
Okay.
But if you're going to supplement him, give him some healthy things. We've got some carrots, we've got some apples. You can feed him green leafy stuff. This is the stuff, just like with yourself, supplement them with healthy things.
I was interested to find out that there are a lot of things that are bad for pigs, namely a lot of leaves that might be on plants in your yard, that kind of thing.
You can have things like azaleas in your house, even inside the house. Rhododendrons, they can be very toxic to pigs. So you want to be sure you talk to a veterinarian. You want to find a veterinarian who deals with the pot-bellied pigs. Talk about sloppy.
Wait, see, he's got a hold of it. They're very pushy, these pigs, aren't they?
And they can be very authoritative, and that's why a lot of pigs end up on these pig sanctuaries because people didn't expect it. So be sure you want a pig.
I'm glad that you brought that up, because you may get a pig that's about this big when you first get them, and then they're going to turn into about 75 pounds or maybe even 100.
That's right.
And people...
And see how easy it is to overfeed them?
It is. Well, it's fun.
Think of your own diet. Feed them healthy things.
Now, what I was going to ask you is it hard to find a vet who knows a lot about pigs?
Well, in every community, you're going to find a veterinarian who deals with the pot-bellied pigs.
Exotics.
Right. But the key is to find one before you need one. When you get a pig or you're thinking about getting a pig, research where the veterinarians are so you don't just have to find one in an emergency.
And pigs are actually prone to some kinds of diseases like rabies, right?
Right. If you've got some property and you have a pot-bellied pig, you can't just let them run wild if there's raccoons out there, bats, because they are susceptible to rabies, so you want to be very careful.
But don't have your vet give them a dog rabies shot. That wouldn't be a good thing.
No, it's very specific. There are no vaccinations made just for the pig, so you have to really know what you're doing. So you have to be sure the veterinarian knows what they're doing.
Okay. Finally, the thing I wanted to talk about was the skin and the tusks and the hooves. They have very sensitive skin, don't they?
They do. They tend to get dry, and we've taken them, made them domesticated inside. So depending on the time of year, maybe twice a week or every couple of days, you're going to want to put some oils on them.
Okay.
Their tusks do need to be trimmed by your veterinarian, and the hooves also need to be trimmed on a regular basis, depending whether inside or outside.
Okay.
And either have your veterinarian do it generally, unless you're real used to it.
I was going to say all things that your vet can help you at least learn how to do. All right, Dr. Larry, thank you for bringing this pig in.
You bet.
And do we have time to show the frieze of Dr. Larry? I forgot to mention it when we saw the little factoid we had earlier in the show. Can we see that? There we go. Look at Dr. Larry. The average age of an American vet is 39. How old are you, Doc?
I'm the same age as Jane. I'm 24.
24! Isn't it shocking? I am too.
Yeah.
Okay, here's
premature, Greg.
Here's our question of the day. It's about cats. How come cats can climb up a tree, but the...